Welcome to RV Academy. In income tax, already we discussed introduction about income tax, then residential status, income from business, income from profession. Today, I am going to discuss income from salary. Under different heads of income, the first major head of income is income from salaries. To assess under the head income from salaries, employer-employee relationship must be existing. The assessee must be the employee in an organization whereby he receives certain salaries, emolument, allowances, perquisites from his employer towards his services. For example, a doctor is working in a nursing home where he gets a salary. There it exists employer-employee relationship. A lecturer working in a college, the college becomes employer, the lecturer becomes the employee. And similarly, a person is working for some industries where industries becomes the employer and the person assessee becomes the employee. So that means what? Here to assess under the head employer-employee relationship must be existing. Now, what are the various amounts which comes under salaries? The chart has been written here to make you understand because there is a lot of provisions involved in the salary. So in short, I cannot go in detail. That's why I made it very simple by writing a chart here. You can just look at this chart. Salary includes basic salary, dearness pay, bonus, commission, fees, gratuity, it is paid at the time of superannuation or retirement, earned leave also paid at the retirement compensation if any, VRS scheme, voluntary retirement scheme, if employees are taken VRS scheme by the company, at the time of VRS, certain compensation will be paid, that is called retirement compensation or VRS compensation. Commuted pension, I will tell you about this commuted pension and normal pension. Commuted pension means the pension received lump sum at the time of retirement instead of receiving in periodical installment. Pension for the remaining period from the date of retirement up to the end of the previous year. All these parts. Apart from this, you will also receive certain allowances. The allowances are divided into three parts: fully taxable allowance, partly taxable allowance, fully exempted allowance. For example, city compensatory allowance, fully taxable, house rent allowance, partly taxable. Like there are certain allowances, the chart of allowances which is fully taxable, partly taxable, fully exempted, I will tell you. So fully taxable allowances, completely it is taxable. Whatever is given by employer to his employee is fully taxable, like dearness allowance, city compensatory allowances, all such allowances are fully taxable allowances. Partly taxable allowances where we have to apply the provisions. Fully exempted allowance, it is completely exempted from tax. No need to take that part. Fully exempted allowances. Similarly, perquisites. These allowances are given for the purpose of meeting the cost of living. Meeting the cost of living in different parts of the cities, it is paid. So that allowances, the list of allowances I will give you later. Perquisite is the additional facilities or benefits given by the employer in kind. It may not be given in cash, it is given in kind. Like gardener facility, watchman facility, cook facility, driver facility, car facilities. All these are the additional benefits or facilities given by his employer to his employee. Again, the perquisites also divided into three parts: fully taxable perquisites, partly taxable perquisites, fully exempted perquisites. Fully taxable perquisite means whatever perquisites given, it is completely taxable. Partly taxable perquisite, partly it is taxable, partly it is exempted where we have to apply the provisions given in the Act. Fully exempted perquisites, completely exempted from tax, we need not worry. So this, when you add up, you get the total salary. Now just look at a chart which is prepared here. The salary chart I have given here. Salary, wages, advance salary, dearness pay, dearness allowance, bonus, fees, commission, allowance taxable part, value of taxable perquisites, profit in lieu of, in addition to salary or wages, amount of compensation, amount received in respect of encashment of earned leave during the year, contribution to employees in RPF recognized provident fund in excess of 12% of salary, interest on RPF in excess of 9.5% on retirement of employee to be added, and then unrecognized provident fund, share of employer, interest on share of employer, taxable part of gratuity, taxable part of encashment of earned leave, if retired, taxable part of retrenchment compensation, in case of voluntary retirement, taxable part of voluntary retirement compensation, pension, taxable part of commuted pension, pension from the date of retirement till the date of previous year. When you add all these, it comes to gross salary income. Out of that, there are deductions allowed under section 16, standard deduction under section 16, entertainment allowance maximum 5,000 rupees and professional tax any minus you get taxable salary. This is one simple chart through which I will work out the problem. Dear students, it is very tough for me to discuss salaries in detail. What I made a plan is like I'll take one problem, I'll work out the answers. While working out whatever part of allowances, partly taxable, partly exempted, etc. is there, I will explain the provisions then and there itself. Please make a note of it and just write the provisions by yourself so that it becomes very easy. Problem part, I will explain the provisions then and there. You can just make a note of it. Please like, share and subscribe my video. In my next video, I will show the various allowances which is partly taxable, partly exempted and fully exempted allowances, similarly perquisites. Thank you.